The Indiana County Tourist Bureau has sent the entire Army with them today as we talk about Tourism Week. What is the official designation for this week, Denise Liggett?
It is called the National Travel and Tourism Week.
Okay.
And it was established in 1983 by President Reagan. And it's the annual salute to travel in America. And it's always the first week in May. And all the communities across the U.S. celebrate what travel means to American jobs, economic growth, and personal well-being. The theme this year is Travel Matters.
Mm-hmm. And travel really does matter in Indiana County, doesn't it?
It does really, really, really matter. And it certainly matters to the four of us.
All right. Well, introduce your staff members who have all come to tell us what they do for tourism here in Indiana County.
I shall. Lori Harrington, who is the office manager. Ashley Canoes, who is our, Ashley Moreau. She came to us as Ashley Canoes, but she got married to Mike Moreau of Moreau Signs.
Okay.
I want to discount Mike.
So
She's our group
Mike.
tour. She's our group tour coordinator. And Debbie Eisenberg, who handles everyone who calls and walks in and has the wonderful voice that everyone talks about on the phone of welcoming. And she handles our Facebook posts. And I love people say, my gosh, Denise, I no sooner had it posted and you all were already sharing it. So Debbie keeps up with the calendar and lots and lots of things. So Laura's going to start with talking a little bit about all the advertising and how we spend our money in promoting Indiana County.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, good morning.
Good to have you with us. What's going on?
Thank you. So I work very closely with Denise on marketing, advertising, and promoting Indiana County. My role is mainly in the office, more of a behind the scenes, but I wanted to share our main marketing piece is our visitor guide, and we print 100,000 copies of those every 2 years, and we're about halfway through our supply, so we'll be working on a new visitor guide. But this is a very important piece for us because we distribute this visitor guide throughout the state, outside of the state, nationally, and it's a great promotional for folks that are traveling. We stock the PA Turnpike service plazas, interstate rest areas, welcome centers, from Erie to Pittsburgh, Brookville, Bedford, and Delaware, I-95. Our visitor guides have a presence in Ohio and West Virginia, on the I-70 and I-77 corridor, in the hotels and AAA offices there as well. So folks who are traveling, whether it's business or even just on a road trip, they have an opportunity to pick up our visitor guide, see what's happening in Indiana County, and our goal is to bring them here and spend some time.
Yeah. Well, I was traveling yesterday and I neglected, but usually I do. I stop at some of the racks just to see where Indiana County stuff is. I didn't do that yesterday. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. That's it. And if it's not, it's and we do every one of those locations. We pay, a yearly premium to get and then you pay to have them shipped, and so it's a well spent. We see a lot of ROI, and part of that also is with leads. But I'll let Debbie talk about that. I'm sorry, Debbie. That's your gig.
So we get calls from these folks that want to come to Indiana County, and then Debbie Eisenberg is the one who welcomes them and brings them in.
Debbie. Boy, they've just made you into the big star of the whole show here, so you better come through for us.
We all do a great job. It's busy and everybody does their part.
Yeah.
But as far as the visitor guide goes, the first 4 months of the year, we've sent over 2,700.
Wow.
We've had over 2,700 leads, and we send those leads over to the Gazette printers, and they will send those out to all of the people. And then some people call and want to know more information. A lady called yesterday from Lehigh County, and every year they go to Michigan to visit their son, and they go a different route through Pennsylvania, and they visit the
The attractions
covered
there?
bridges.
Oh, yeah?
And she looked up Indiana County, saw that we had 4 covered bridges, and she wants information on them because she's going to be coming through here, I think the end of May, she said.
Yeah.
And she's going to look at all the covered bridges and wanted to know what else she could do while she was here for the day, her and her husband.
Now, see, isn't that interesting? Folks make their vacation plans and they have their systems. I know for us, my son and my wife and I, every summer we go visit presidential homes. So we go all over doing that. And here's somebody that does covered bridges.
Yes, she's been all over. Last year she said, I don't know if she said Erie. They went up through Erie, and they must have covered bridges up in there. And she's just fascinated by them. So
Yeah.
she's looking forward to coming to Indiana for that.
Mm-hmm. So there's the printed version. Is there a digital version as well that folks can get?
We get some leads from Canada and Puerto Rico, and we don't mail them a copy of the visitor guide, but I send them an email telling them that they can go on our website, www.visitindianacountypa.org, and they can see all of our events and also look at the digital version of the visitor guide.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. That's a smart thing. And eventually, if we can train everybody to do that, we don't have to print up as many. What'd you say?
I said, especially with the price of paper. Paper costs have gone up 10%.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
huge.
I know.
But,
I know.
it's a great tool to use, and most of the and the other nice thing is, we had a woman come in, she was going to Erie, and she walked in the door at the office, and she said, I know you're Indiana County, so you probably won't have this, and I said, what? And she said, well, I'm looking for a visitor guide from Erie, and I said, oh, we have it. I said, most of the tourist bureaus within Pennsylvania, we all carry each other's visitor guides. So if you happen to be going to visit, there you go. You can stop in anywhere and get the other. So she was very thrilled. She said, oh, I didn't know that. I said, anytime you're going somewhere, just stop in. We'll help you out here. So
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I think, Ashley, it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That picks up, or you could use the other one. It doesn't matter, whichever
Figured out.
way you want to do it. It picks up, but it falls right back down.
Yeah.
That's the way we
I'm
do
not
it.
very tech savvy.
All right, we're going to switch her over there. Switch her over
Hello.
there. Good morning.
So I was just going to mention that I had a recent opportunity to distribute a bunch of our visitor guides to people in eastern Pennsylvania who attended the Where and When PA Family Travel Show in Lancaster. So there were over 1,200 people 1,200 families who attended last year, and we don't have the final numbers yet, but it was about the same amount of crowds this year. So I had the opportunity to distribute hundreds and hundreds of visitor guides. I just loaded up my car with them and brochures from other organizations here, other members we have, event flyers for some events coming up like May Mart, the air show. They love learning about things that they can do in Indiana County. A lot of these people are young families, so they're looking for weekend getaways or shorter trips that are, it's travel, but it's not quite so far with young kids. They want to explore more of Pennsylvania. And since they're from the eastern side, they're not as familiar with western Pennsylvania. So it was really nice to either introduce them to the area, or there were some people who were very familiar with it. They knew someone who grew up here, or they're huge Jimmy Stewart fans. They're interested in parks and trails. We had a lot of good conversations about why you should visit Indiana County and see more of PA.
When you go to these, I'm sure you meet a lot of the same people at every single one. And so you get the chance to, interact with them and sort of get feedback on what they're learning about their counties.
Yeah,
and
the other exhibitors. Yeah. And they line us up so that we're all in the same region. So I was right next to Butler County, and we could kind of talk up, Western PA, you should really come over and visit Western PA. There's a lot to see out this way, too. And then it was just neat to hear people's stories of Indiana, Pennsylvania, or the area. It was a really good opportunity, good weekend spent out there.
That's what I was getting at, was probably you had a chance to maybe double team somebody or triple team them.
Yeah.
Toss a few counties at them all at once.
Right, so, make it really enticing.
Yeah.
And then I also met someone who's going to be with one of the bus tours that we're having visit in November for the It's a Wonderful Life parade and festival. So that was neat, too. I could say, hey, I'll see you, in November. because she'll be coming there. And so she was picking up a lot of materials too to see, what am I going to be doing when I'm in town? And
Yeah. Those bus tours, when you think about them, because you go to other shows where bus tours are a really big part of it. And that regional approach really has to be a big part of that, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
working with Allegheny County, Butler County, the other counties around this area, to say to a bus tour operator, okay, come spend a day or two in Indiana County, spend a day or two in Allegheny, Cambria, wherever it might be.
Yeah, we love when they stay in our hotels here in Indiana County, but then we don't mind partnering with other visitor bureaus to say, hey, you can go see Falling Water, you can go see the Flight 93 Memorial, partner with them. You can go do a foodie tour in Pittsburgh and the Strip District. It definitely
Horseshoe Curve,
helps.
those things.
Yeah.
But stay with us.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
stay
here.
at our hotels.
Or
Yeah.
Listen to Liggett over there. Stay with us.
And then I've also been working with bloggers and travel writers recently too, which is really great because then we're getting the publicity, getting their experience written and published. We had very different people come to visit. We had a seasoned travel writer from the Pittsburgh area who wrote an article for the Charleston Gazette-Mail in Charleston, West Virginia. And then we also had a young travel fashion blogger visit. She stayed at Burnhead Grazings. And she really liked it, took some beautiful pictures of their sheep and their farm. So we're working together on her coming back to do a blog post on her visit, kind of a roundup of Indiana County, what you should see when you're here. And then I worked with a mommy blogger from the Pittsburgh area who visited. She did a private tour of the Jimmy Stewart Airport. She did a tour of the Indiana Fire Association. She went to Benjamin's for lunch. They went to Mack Park. So I worked with her to kind of plan out a day for someone who has little toddlers. So it's nice to work with different types of people to give them reasons why they should come visit. They should make a day trip out of it from Pittsburgh. And both of those bloggers are going to be doing blog posts and features. And they have a really good Instagram, Facebook audience too. So you're hitting a younger demographic by working with these people too.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we have just a minute left, Denise. Tell me what's going on at the courthouse.
Well, tomorrow we will be attending the commissioners' meeting where they will present us with the proclamation. Thank you. Word went on my mouth. And then and we'll have a photo taken. We've invited a lot of the elected officials from the entire county to join us, and we're pleased to say that they have accepted our invitation. Then on Thursday, Laura and Ashley are going to have an exhibit table at the Keystone Welcome Center in Washington, PA. So we're going out to reach the travelers this year. It's a great opportunity to go down, like I said, share the information. And again, there'll be some other counties who will be at this welcome center. But it's a great opportunity. We're going out to meet the travelers this year. Of course, we're also doing Facebook campaign. We're doing posts every day about about the National Travel and Tourism Week. So it's just a lot going on, and we certainly appreciate all the support that we get from our commissioners, especially, and our board. We have a wonderful board, but the team is we're blessed, and Indiana County is not the largest, but we're proud, as Commissioner Ruddick would say, we are definitely Indiana County proud, and we are proud of the partnerships that we have here, and that those that we can work with and help to promote Indiana County.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And thanks for the chocolate Christmas tree.
You're welcome. Little chocolate Christmas tree for Christmas Tree Capital of the World.
There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in to visit with us. We celebrate National Tourism something Week.
National Travel and Tourism Week.
All that stuff.
There you go.
It is
Thanks,
the voice.
Todd.
My pleasure. The voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. And here's Boomer.